Today's conversation is all about career mentorship, and I have very special guest, Coach Matthew, and he has done a lot of mentorship with the youth in the career field, and that is what we are all about to hear today. Karibu sana, Matthew. How are you doing, Coach Matthew?
I'm very fine. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you, Daniel. And Santi
Yes,
Sana for having me.
I really appreciate it. I want us to just get straight to it. And the conversation today is all about career mentorship. And I just want to ask you, is career mentorship important? And if so, why do you think it is important?
Well, it's like asking whether food is important. And of course, you know the answer to that.
Yes.
Avoid it at your own risk or for your own ruin. Yeah, I think you can never be a career person and then purport or pretend to be this person who doesn't want mentorship. It's just like a child
Mhm.
can't there's no child who can survive and and thrive if they are
Mm.
not having some bit of hand holding. However,
Yes.
of course, now when we grow a bit bigger, we tend to think that we don't need our mother so much. But
Yes.
of course, at the point of starting, you
Hmm.
realize that actually, if our mothers weren't there, we wouldn't have moved anywhere. And even as we progress, you find that you move from this mother, and then along the way, you find another one. Uh,
Hmm.
you know, people who are hand holding you at different levels of life, and that's the same with the with career. When you are
Hmm.
starting, you need one that acts like a mother, and they
Hmm.
might walk with you the whole through the career. But
Hmm.
along the way, you will more often than not find that you are tagging along with many others who will also come and add benefits to your life. But yes, if a child could also survive without a mother, but you know how it will be like. Compare the one without and the one with.
Yes.
That's the same analogy I would use for career.
I really like that analogy. Yeah, and I think mentorship is just about someone who has been there before you, just guiding you to tell you this is the way to go. The fact that the mother knows what is best for the kid, they will be able to take care of them and nurture them along the way, right? So
Sure.
I know you have been involved with the career mentorship. I know there's a group you lead. It's called the Royal Youth Mentorship Program.
Sure.
When you look at the young people, what do you see like the main challenge that they face that can actually be sorted out through proper career mentorship?
Yeah, sure. You are right. I get myself involved a lot, with the youths in
Hmm.
the mentorship space, and definitely, with the interaction, I come across so many, things that youths are going on, going through,
Hmm.
many not of their own making, just maybe just because you are a youth. I mean, as simple
Hmm.
as that. But definitely, there are others which will be, the question of upbringing, a little bit of what you've been exposed to, and so on, and
Hmm.
who is surrounding you. And therefore, all those factors and many more, they contribute to to the trajectory once the one's career takes. And there will definitely be many challenges. I would say that I've already interacted with some of
Hmm.
them. We are talking of maybe even the most basic one is just lack of mentors. You could be there willing to be mentored, but you're not you're not getting the mentors.
Hmm.
So but I will be quick also to add that actually the fact that you don't have one is not because they are not there. Is possibly just a question of whether you have also mastered the skills of of making one, of identifying a mentor. And because
Hmm.
I can tell you, it will be very unlikely that you will find somebody patting you, at the back and telling you, Daniel, I want to mentor you through, in your career. It's very
Yes.
unlikely. The
Yes.
person who is likely to be your mentor is busy with their career, is busy with their life, and they don't know
Hmm.
whether you need one. They don't know whether you have one or not. Well, there will be a few lucky ones who might find somebody, coming across, their way, and picking them up. But majority of the times, it
Hmm.
will be the mentee, who identifies first. I have this need. I
Yeah.
have this career direction that I want to pursue. And
Yes.
therefore, how can I move towards this direction? What are some of the things that I need to do? And once you identify that a mentor is one of it, one of the things that you need, then you need to ask yourself that who are these possible or possible mentors that I could have. Possibly you might work with a list of a few, depending with who is surrounding you, and then possibly zero into one. Of course, you could be you could just be able to also pinpoint just one person. It could be your boss, could be a person whom you admire, who is in the same line that you are in. And sometimes, by the way, it might be somebody who is not even in the same line that you are in, but yes, they are having a progressive and successful career, and there are things that you admire around them. Maybe the conversation today may not be, I may not be having enough time to to share how you identify a good mentor, career mentor, and possibly the skills that you need also. To be able to identify or to even start that conversation in a way that it doesn't backfire on you. And how do you sustain one so that it is mutually beneficial? Is you are benefiting, and also there's also a benefit to the other person. And by the majority of the times, the mentor will not be looking at to benefit much, and maybe not even monetarily, but just being able to see you progress. And now, are you the kind of person that will be able to make your mentor happy? Just like the same thing I said about your mama. You may not need to pay your mama, but the fact that you are aggressive, you are achieving in life, the mama is happy. And so other things that I would say, maybe quickly, some of the challenges is that make it, the youth's experience is the question of networking skills. Maybe somebody has just come from school. I could give examples of some things I've experienced. Some young people, they get my number and they want to talk to me, and then you find somebody has just inboxed me, texted me on WhatsApp, and they are saying hi, and then they mute. And then they expect me to come and say hi. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Maybe I'm supposed to say hi, and also I keep quiet. So I'm seeing the message 5 hours later is a stranger. I've never seen them. I've never seen this number. I just saw a hi. Then I say, okay, fine. Hi, my name is Matthew. Who is this? Who am I? And how can I help you? Then the person is like, yes, I am Simon, or I am Daniel. How are you? And then they keep quiet. Then I can tell you that conversation will not go far. If you are looking for me to make me your mentor, I can tell you the next thing I will tell you, and if I'm polite, is that please, I value my time. I wouldn't want anybody who is wasting my time. So go directly to your point, or possibly that is if I'm a bit kind. The other one will just blue tick you and or possibly block you. So networking, skills, even just starting a conversation. And that's the very basic level of networking. Of course, now you advance, there will be more around that. Of course, there are things to do with unrealistic, expectations. Some of the challenges. Yeah, I want to be mentored, but I want to be, first, I want to be mentored by the CEO. My boss, we are kochini sana. So I want the highest. Of course, now, surely, you just came from school. You don't even know people. Before your boss gets to know you, your CEO gets to know you, you need to be known by a few others. They need to most likely have come across your name somewhere. So don't have unrealistic, expectations. Again, also, possibly I want to be mentored immediately, and I want to translate it into possibly money immediately, promotion immediately, and so on and so forth. It doesn't work like that. You might actually just have to hang around somebody for quite a while and with no expectations, but just knowing that every day I'm growing, and possibly the results of the growth will be manifested somewhere else, possibly even 2-3 years later. Maybe not even in the organization where you are in currently. But so those are some of the things that I would say. And possibly maybe just to add one more, the issue of toxicity of the environment sometimes that we work around. Sometimes you are working in an environment. Yes, you have this hunger to be mentored, you have this hunger to be to be helped, but possibly colleagues wanafikiri wewe ni kiberebere ama ni kiherehere, wewe you like kujionyeshana kwa watu wakubwa hivi, something like that. Or possibly even the bosses are also not as as cooperative. The moment you come near me, if I'm your boss, and possibly I'm seeing you have interest to to be mentored, to have somebody to work with, or me to work with you, then maybe I interpret it to mean that unataka kujipendekeza, you're the next promotion, I pick on you. Yeah, so those are some of the challenges.
I really like how you are breaking it down. Yeah, number one, not yeah, there might be lack of mentors, but it is the role of the mentee to be proactive and know how to go about looking out for mentors. That also reminds me of a conversation we had with Coach Bernadette, and she also mentioned that on her LinkedIn she gets a lot of these direct messages saying hi. Then she says hi, and then she's wondering how far, how much longer should we continue with this hi kind of game, yeah. And I think that is very important for the young people to understand whoever you're trying to get in touch with, they value their time, they have a lot on their plate, and the quicker you get to the point, or even how you communicate what you want in a nice way, precise, and not wasting too much time would save you a lot. Yeah. Just saying, hello, my name is Daniel. I know, hello, my name is Daniel. I know you as Coach Matthew. I am in your group, or I was introduced to you by this person. Would you have time? Maybe we can talk about mentorship, or how can I join? As it's straightforward, such that the moment you read that message, you're clear who that person is, what they want, and how you already know, can I assist them or not? Yeah, so you can even give a direct message.
Sure.
Thank you
Maybe
very
I
much.
could give an example of how we met with you.
Yes.
For the audience, I've actually never met Daniel face to face, but we have been friends the last 2 years. And I
Yes.
remember, Daniel, I was invited into a Zoom meeting by a friend of mine called
Mhm.
Pastor Terry. And then I
Yes.
found that I think she was the moderator, you are the speaker. And I
Yes.
listened, I liked, this is a great guy. He's a great speaker around career mentorship. And then I did not know your number.
Mhm.
Neither did I want to ask, from Pastor Terry. So I decided to come and follow you on LinkedIn. And I remember
Yes.
I sent you a message. My name is Coach Matthew. I do A, B, C, D. This is my passion around the youths, and this is the progress we've made so far. And this is my request. If you could come. And I remember your answer was like, this is excellent. I'm happy to see, what you're doing, and I would be
Mhm.
very happy to be part of this, of this. And I think these are the skills that young people need to learn, even when you're talking of, networking, especially in for career progression. Yeah,
Yes.
if you're talking to somebody, you identify somebody you would love to be your mentor, and possibly don't know each other.
Mhm.
Be, of course, courteous. Introduce yourself.
Mhm.
Don't. I mean, spare us the highs. I mean, just say good morning or good afternoon, so and so. You can see their
Mhm.
name is already expressed. I mean, there. Yeah, I am, possibly you could say that my name is so and so. I'm an ardent follower of whatever you do on YouTube, like in your case, Daniel.
Yeah.
I've listened to these wonderful talks, and I mean, that already endears you to the to the person.
Right.
Seeing that you are not just a total stranger, you know a few things about them, and you
Mhm.
actually follow them. Number two
Yes.
is that what it is that you possibly do, and
Mhm.
then what is your interest. In an organized manner. I mean, and we have been in school, all of us. We know how to write compositions. The heading,
Mhm.
the body, I mean, up to the conclusion there. And
Yes.
it doesn't again have to be too long, but again, it doesn't have to. You don't have to say one thing and keep quiet. Nobody has that time. Time for that. So make it one. In fact, the most preferable, and this is from me. I'm not saying anything scientific. If I see
Yeah.
somebody who has just sent me one message which has every detail that is required, I appreciate that,
Mhm.
and I find it's this a person who understands what they are looking for, and this can also
Yes.
be translated to in-person conversations when you go to
Mhm.
your boss or that person you are admiring. Have also a
Mhm.
concise kind of a conversation, so that you also
Mhm.
don't meander too much until the person possibly runs impatient, or
Mhm.
possibly is like, well, if just introducing a conversation is this such amount of work, how can I now drag this person along the next few months mentoring them? There will be a baggage I don't want to carry. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I really like that. And also, maybe just to mention something you had mentioned about unrealistic expectations. I think anyone who accepts to mentor you is a privilege. It's not something that actually you deserve. So starting from your supervisor to your immediate maybe manager, before you get to that CEO or that higher person would be very good. Now, let me ask. I thank you, everyone. I can see so many of us are joining us on LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever. Let me just mention a few of them. Thank you. There's Menika, there's Duncan Kenywa, welcome. I can see you're saying to proceed. I can see someone. There are several people on Facebook. There's Weber. Let us know where you're joining us from. Drop that in the chat. I'll be happy to know where you're joining us. And if you have any question in regards to what we are discussing today about mentorship in the career, drop your question. We will be able to answer that. Just out of curiosity, I know the story, but also the audience would want to know, how did you get into this field of mentorship, career mentorship?
Interesting. Maybe I must be quick fast to say that career mentorship for me is a passion. Is something that I do just out of passion. Actually, I have a day job which is totally unrelated. I will not tell you what I do. The audience, you can follow me on the side. I will chat you. Yes, but I have an 8 to 5 job which deals with So I'm actually a finance professional, so to speak. But besides that, actually, many people don't even know that side of me, and that is what I spend majority of my time on. Majority of people know me around mentorship because I'm so passionate about it. Anytime, any moment, anywhere, you'll find me talking and doing mentorship. Yeah, among students. Not to mention, like last weekend, I was in Moy University just talking to students. Or not this last weekend, the other one. And that's really something that makes my heart kick. Now, how did I start this? I think these are the things that you just find yourself, Bwana Mutuku. There's something that inherently, maybe just going back a few steps. When I was called to join university, I was admitted to do a course that I had not really wanted. It's not the one that I had selected, and that's education. And I really have a lot of respect for teachers. And so I felt like, no, I don't want to do this. Of course, I tried my tactics of talking to people here and there. I don't want to be teacher. And of course, many encouraged me around that area. And I remember making a decision within my heart and saying, if I am going to do education, then I have to do counseling. And that was just, I was very young then. I'm just in Form 4. But within me, I felt like the thing I would want to do, if I have to do teaching, then I have to be a counselor within the school. Well, by then I did teaching. I in fact did a course called, education, guidance and counseling. I'm specializing in maths. But of course, as fate would have it, I just taught my teaching practice 3 months, and that was all. Then I joined finance. But now you can see within me there was that bit of about counseling, and of course, counseling and mentorship, while they are different, they are related, and therefore that's something that is inherent within me. So even when I went into the field of finance, I've never shied from looking for an opportunity to to handhold somebody, and this is something that and you will be surprised that I don't only do it around career, because maybe God has also made youths close to me. Any one time there will be youths around me. I will be talking to them about relationships, courtship, and so such kind of things. Career being just one of them, and of course now having again I also married somebody who also likes the same and likes youths, and therefore we've just found ourselves every now and then we have youths in our house. We have youths that we are working with in one area or the other until 2020. Actually 2019 is when we started through WhatsApp group. We just some youths just came around and said, we learn a lot from you. Why can't you create a WhatsApp group and add more? I told them I will create the group, just add your friends. And that's how we started. Then they started coming to our house. Then COVID came. And after COVID, of course, we couldn't meet in the house. They were like 40. They were coming 40 once every 2 months. Then we started online. And the rest is history. We have a huge following, both on YouTube, Facebook, and I mean, all those social media platforms. Actually even on WhatsApp. Like I'm sure some of the guys who could be following from our WhatsApp group, I've seen somebody like Dan there. And I mean, we just have been doing this from 2020. And it's something I would say in a nutshell is a passion, is just an inborn passion. And then because what happens is that when you go into an area where there's a need, like for instance, like in this space, immediately I made myself available for the youths. They keep coming, they keep bringing each other. And therefore, at any one moment, there will always be a youth. And because it's something that I'm able to do, I'm able to do, and I'm happy to do, then, giving begets more, more need, and therefore there will always be these ones who are who are coming my way. So yeah, I don't know whether I've answered your question, but that's how I started, and
Yeah,
we are just continuing. Yes,
that
we
is
actually
very.
have audience across the globe. I see in the
Mhm.
WhatsApp group you have people from all over many
Yeah.
continents, and thank God for that. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. I really like that. I think is it a saying like when the teacher is ready, the student appears. Yeah, and
Okay.
you are ready to mentor this youth, and they keep on coming, and they come because they are getting something of value. And I really like that. Something that is totally out of your main career or job, but still having a very great impact. Maybe would you have maybe a success story of maybe a youth or who went through maybe mentorship, and you can say, or they have actually reported and said their life, their career trajectory has gotten a totally different path just because they were able to get mentored.
I actually wish that we had a lot of time, because I would even invite one, because I've seen the guy I've just mentioned. I don't know that he's still there. Dan.
Yeah, Dan,
Uh,
Dan can,
Dan, you will allow me. Duncan, you will allow me to use your. He is here. Tuko site.
yes, 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 yes,
Yes.
yes.
He's one of my mentees,
Mm-hmm.
and especially around career and many other things.
Mm-hmm.
Duncan is one person I met, and maybe this is a good example to show
Mm-hmm.
you how you even start, connecting with a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
Because Duncan was following my, my Zoom meetings, and of course he gives me a very interesting story. The way he had been sent to come and
Mm-hmm.
spy how we do it, why we have been so successful, so that they can go and do something similar with somebody else. And of
Okay.
course, when these are the kind of people who are sent and they don't go back. So he came
I
and
like that.
spied, and of course he liked it, and he stayed. Then one day
Mm-hmm.
he just surprises me with I don't know him, and 2020, I can't remember which month. I just see a message. It was very early in the morning. I find somebody sent me a message at around 2 a.m. and saying, hi, my name is Duncan Kenywa, and I've been following your program. I am, I'm learning how to do posters. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
teacher by profession.
Mm-hmm.
Currently not working because of COVID. We have been stopped. I think that he was working with BOG,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, in the school where he's working. And now because of COVID, I'm not working. But now I've developed a passion around creating, design and creating posters. I
Mm-hmm.
would love to volunteer and start making posters for your program if you allow me.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is exciting. He's a stranger. I don't know him. I like the approach. I mean, and then I'm like, yeah. We'll add you to the team. I have a small team of guys who help me with the strategy. I will add you there, and then come and do what you can. And this immediately he started now helping the one who was doing posters then, and
Mm-hmm.
they, of course, he continued perfecting. He learned how to. He started learning how to, of course, through the challenge in the and the mentorship. He to now add value on
Mm-hmm.
top of doing design. Can you also learn how to edit videos on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Can you learn how to, social media management and so on and so forth? They started learning. And then
Mm-hmm.
one day comes, of course, one of the speakers who was speaking in one of the sessions. I had invited them. And then he tells
Mm-hmm.
me, the recording of my session, can you have
Mm-hmm.
somebody edit for me? And then you send me, an edited version. So I told him
Mm-hmm.
anytime. So Sadan just does it. And then, of course, when he listened to it or he viewed it, he was like, who did this? I told him it's just one of my mentees. And
Mm-hmm.
then he tells me, okay, can I have his number? Well, the rest is history. They talked on the side. And a week
Uh-huh.
later, that guy called me. He's a CEO of a company here in Nairobi, actually a group of
Mm-hmm.
companies. And he called me later. He told me, you know what? I've given your guy a job. And immediately he left school, teaching. This is 2022. He's not been a teacher. He's been an
Mm-hmm.
IT person. He has developed his career around that area. We keep working together. Of course, there are many areas
Mm-hmm.
that I'm helping him improve on day and
Mm-hmm.
day by day. But yes, this is one of the successful career, successful stories. And now he prides himself being one of the youngest retired teachers and who have already gotten a new career, a career line. So I don't know whether that suffices. I have many examples. I don't want to give more, but the good thing is that you even have the mentee here. I'm not talking of somebody who is far. Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Is quite a very moving story, and that shows you, yeah, he actually has been able to gain a lot from the group and even change his trajectory in terms of his career and all that. Otherwise, really thank you very much. I really appreciate you joining. This has been a great conversation. I just see comment people really appreciating, saying this is great, and they're able to follow through and say this is nice. How can people get in touch with you? Or they're interested in joining the program or the Royal Youth? How can they get in touch with you?
Thank you. For those ones who are interested, yeah, we are an open, family. We do this out of passion, and I must say that I've taken a long break to re-strategize and add value, and we are coming back, with that in the next few weeks. Of course, but mentorship still continues. Of course, we have a pool, so many mentors, including Daniel here, is one of people I work with. Anytime I need somebody to come and talk, about an expert around this space, will always call on him. And yes, we are working on a few things. A bit of structured mentorship. What we've been doing in the past is where we just come, have a speaker, have a topic, they come and share on it, and then we move on. But now we want to have a bit of consolidated talks where when we focus on this area, we go as deep as we can, and also we get people to connect people with mentors, because it's just not enough just to tell you, like if we are talking about career, to revamp your LinkedIn profile, this is what you need. It would add even more value to give you somebody who handholds you and shows you and even checks for you after you've done it. Is it meeting the standards, or are there areas that you need to check to improve on? And that's just one area, and there will be definitely many other areas, as we have talked about, even business, even like making money online. I mean, there is a lot of opportunities there. We have talked about that in the past, but can we handhold somebody and show them, you start here, you start creating content like this, and so on. So those are some of the things that we are working on, and we are almost there, where we will be able now to do more comprehensive kind of mentorship. But having said that, we already have online. You can find us on Facebook on Royal Youth Mentorship Program. You can search the same on Twitter and Instagram. You will find us there, and even on LinkedIn, Royal Mentorship Program. On YouTube, we are also Royal Mentorship Program. Then WhatsApp group. Maybe I can ask Sadan. We are an open group. Just get the link to our WhatsApp group. Sadan is Duncan Kenya, by the way. Yes. If you are there, and if he is able to paste, you can paste the link to our WhatsApp group there. And anybody who would be interested to join can join, and you will find us there, and you will learn with us, and you will grow with us. Possibly, do you want me to also share my contact? I can be reached by those ones who are interested on 0776 184 and 741. So that number, you can reach me, though I prefer mainly the WhatsApp chats. That number, many times you may find that it's offline in terms of call, but if you chat, it will be responded to.
Good. I've actually put the link to the WhatsApp group.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Coach.
So anyone who is following, if you're watching a replay, feel free to join that group. That is the link. And then we will be very happy to connect with you and join the mentorship and gain from it. Otherwise, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Has been a great conversation. Yeah, I can see Dan confirming what you said. Yeah, Sawa Rico is still there. So I've shared the link. I think it's only on LinkedIn. I will need to post it later, because when I post it there, it doesn't come, but I'll still share it. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Coach. I'm so happy you are doing what you are doing. Thank you for changing many lives, and thank you for having me tonight. It's a privilege. Thank you.
You're welcome.